Today is Tuesday, September 17th. Good morning from the Civic Media News Desk. I'm Joanne Krulotz. Many are wondering about letters received from Richland County about a data security incident. County officials released a statement to WRCO last night. First and foremost, Richland County is committed to protecting the privacy and security of personal information and continues to take significant measures to protect that information. On or about October 4th, 2023, Richland County detected unauthorized access to its network as a result of a sophisticated cybersecurity incident, initially described as a network disruption. Upon learning of the issue, officials secured the network environment, alerted law enforcement, and commenced an immediate and thorough investigation. As part of the investigation, Richland County engaged leading third-party cybersecurity professionals experienced in handling these types of incidents. The investigation aimed to determine the extent of the activity and whether individual personal and protected health information, if any, may have been accessed or acquired by an unauthorized party. As such, Richland County engaged a third party to conduct a programmatic and manual review of the potentially impacted files with the goal of identifying individuals, their contact information, and the types of impacted personal and/or protected health information. Following this months-long review, Richland County thoroughly worked to validate the data and obtain addresses for all individuals who may have been affected by the incident. With guidance from third-party cybersecurity professionals, Richland County ensured that the investigation and data review was comprehensive and thorough to identify those affected by the incident and determine the scope of the impacted information. After an extensive forensic investigation and manual document review on August 1st, 2024, it was discovered that certain impacted files containing personal information may have been accessed and or acquired by an unauthorized individual between September 28th, 2023 and October 26, 2023. Furthermore, Richland County ran all identified names through the National Change of Address database to ensure that the addresses identified were the most recent. Richland County then provided written notification of this incident via U.S. mail to those whose contact information was on file and whose information was determined to be impacted. There is no evidence that any personal information has been or will be misused for identity theft as a direct result of this incident. However, out of abundance of caution, notified individuals have been provided with best practices to protect their information, and individuals whose Social Security numbers were potentially impacted have been offered complimentary credit monitoring. Richland County understands the importance of safeguarding individual personal information. Richland County remains fully committed to maintaining the privacy of personal information in its possession. And upon learning of the event, Richland County took immediate action to protect the individual personal and protected health information it maintains and devoted considerable time and effort to determine what information was potentially impacted as a result of this incident. Richland County continually evaluates and modifies its practices to enhance the security and privacy of personal information and are taking measures to augment its existing cybersecurity. If you have any further questions regarding this incident, call the dedicated and confidential toll-free response line that has been set up to respond to questions at 833-215-3616. This response line is staffed with professionals familiar with this incident and knowledgeable on what you can do to protect against misuse of your information. The response line is available Monday through Friday from 8 to 8. The number again is 1-833-215-3616. Robert Kennedy Jr. will remain on the November ballot in Wisconsin. A Dane County judge on Monday denied a request from RFK Jr.'s campaign to remove his name from the ballot now that he has dropped out and endorsed Donald Trump. Judge Stephen Elke ruled that the Wisconsin Elections Commission correctly applied state law in denying that request earlier this month. Elke says Kennedy's claims that he will be harmed if he remains on the ballot don't hold up, since he properly got himself into the election in the first place and is attempting to remove himself from elections in battleground states instead of all states. A number of municipalities have already printed ballots and have sent them out for early and absentee voting. Kennedy's attorney said immediately after the hearing that he planned to appeal Elke's ruling. Vice President Kamala Harris is headed back to Wisconsin. The Harris campaign Monday announced that the vice president will hold a rally Friday evening in Madison. An exact time and location have not yet been released. This will be Harris's fourth trip to the state since she launched her bid for the White House in July. This will be her second stop this year in Madison. Harris was in Madison back in March and visited a home on Madison's far west side where she lived in as a child in the late 60s. On the other side of the political aisle, Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance will be back in Wisconsin tomorrow with a stop in Eau Claire. Enrollment at the universities of Wisconsin this fall increased by more than 1,000 students overall. That includes higher enrollments at 8 system universities, according to preliminary estimates based on first-day student counts. Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman said the increase comes despite severe challenges caused by the disruptive rollout of a new free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, financial aid form, and a lack of funding for the Wisconsin tuition promise. Rothman said closure of several branch campuses also likely had an impact. Enrollment is up by 1,058 students, with official counts to be released later this fall based on the 10th day of enrollment. Get ready for a partial lunar eclipse and supermoon. The spectacle will be visible in clear skies across North America tonight. A partial lunar eclipse happens when the Earth passes between the sun and moon, casting a shadow that darkens a sliver of the moon. Since the moon will inch closer to Earth than usual, it's a supermoon. No special eye protection is needed to view a lunar eclipse. Viewers can watch with naked eye or opt for telescope or binoculars. A Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce open voting for its popular Coolest Thing Made in Wisconsin contest yesterday morning. Since its inception in 2016, the contest has garnered more than 1 million votes for Wisconsinites, highlighting the manufacturing industry's $71 billion economic output, career opportunities, and innovative products. The Coolest Thing Made in Wisconsin contest, sponsored by Johnson Financial Group, showcases the state's manufacturers and the high-tech, high-skill, and high-pay career opportunities they provide. This year, 130 products were nominated for the competition, representing every corner of the state and a wide array of industries, including military and space, food and beverage, machinery, and transportation, and more. Manufacturers, employees, and consumers alike are welcome to participate in the voting. Votes can be cast once per day per device at madeinwis.com. After the popular vote round ends September 24th, the top 16 products will go on to compete in Manufacturing Madness, a bracket-style tournament ultimately culminating with one champion. The 2024 Coolest Thing Made in Wisconsin will be crowned at WMC's Business Day in Madison event on October 17th. A check of the unnamed bar by Madison Police Department earlier this month resulted in dozens of citations for underage drinking. More than 150 patrons under age 21 were cited. MPD says that number was over 50% of the bar's lawful capacity. Several of the underage patrons have been previously cited and will be receiving additional citations, which can range from $376 to $1,006. A plane made an emergency landing at Milwaukee's Mitchell International Airport. The American Airlines jet from Philadelphia encountered mechanical issues prior to its scheduled landing Sunday evening. The flight did land safely and passengers were deplaned at the airport as normal. American Airlines said the aircraft will be inspected by a maintenance team. A state senator is banned from the Lac du Flambeau Chippewa tribe's northern Wisconsin reservation over comments she made at a meeting. At an August 23rd meeting on the ongoing dispute between the tribe and the town of Lac du Flambeau over continued road closures on tribal lands. State Senator Mary Falskowski said giving money to the tribe to end the dispute would be similar to giving in to terrorists. In the banishment notice, tribal president John Johnson said Falskowski's comments are damaging negotiations and harmful to the tribe. Falskowski responded with her own message to the media saying she doesn't regret making the comments, but does regret the language she used. She said Johnson should just contact her next time, and she had no plans to visit the reservation anyway.